Good morning, friends. In previous classes, we have discussed about the application of the Laplace transform to solve the partial differential equations. For that, we have proved a relation for the Laplace transformations of the various order derivatives of the functions. For that, we have proved that the Laplace transformation of a function u, which is a function of x and t, the first derivative Laplace transformation of u with respect to the derivative t is given by p uxp minus ux0, where uxp is the Laplace transformation of the function u. Similarly, we have proved the Laplace transformation of u, partial derivative of u with respect to x, and also we have proved the second partial order derivatives, Laplace transformation of the second partial order derivatives of u with respect to t and with respect to x also. Now, we are going to use these relations to find the solution of some important partial differential equations. For that, we have to prove a partial differential equation. Solve del u upon del t. Solve del u upon del t. Solve del u upon del t2 is equals to del 2u upon del x square number 1. We have to solve a partial differential equation del u upon del t is equals to del 2u upon del x square, where x lies between 0 and 1 and t is greater than 0. It is given together with the condition conditions that ux0 is equals to 3 sin ux0 is equals to 3 sin 2 pi x, together with the condition that ux0 is equals to 3 sin 2 pi x and u0t is equals to u1t. This is equals to 0. It is given. So, we have to solve the partial differential equation del u upon del t is equals to del 2u upon del x square, where x lies between 0 and 1 and t is greater than 1, subject to the given conditions that ux0 is equals to 3 sin 2 pi x and u0t is equals to u0t and u1t is given as 1. Now, to solve this differential equation, this partial differential equation, we will have to take the Laplace transformation of the given differential equation. So, taking Laplace transform of 1, we get Laplace transform of del u upon del t is equals to Laplace transformation of del 2u upon del x square. As we have studied earlier, the Laplace transformation of the first order derivative of u with respect to t and the Laplace transformation of the second order partial derivative of u with respect to x square, we get it H. This is P. This is P. The Laplace transformation of del U upon del T, that is U x P minus U x 0. If you put it, the Laplace transformation of del U upon del T, P U x P minus U x 0. This is equals to Laplace transformation of the second order derivative of U with respect to x square. We know that this is nothing but this is d2U upon dx square. This U is a function of x and p. Now writing this equation, H d2U upon dx square minus p into U is equals to minus of U x 0. And here U x 0 is given. This is equals to 3 sine 2 pi x. So this is equals to minus 3 sine 2 pi x number. Here we see that equation second is the differential equation. Second order differential equation, which is linear differential equations. So the solution of this equation, we can get the solution of the differential equation by the well-known methods. First we have to find the complementary functions here, and then we find the particular integral pi. Then we get the required solution of this one. So we write the differential equation, solution of the differential equation, the general solution of 2h. U is equals to CF plus PI. CF is C1 e raised to root P x plus C2 e raised to minus root P e raised to minus root P into x plus PI. Plus Pi is equals to minus 3 sine 2 pi x upon d square minus 1, that is 2 pi square, 2 pi whole square minus 3. So we get the solution U, that is UXP. UXP is equals to C1 e raised to root Px plus C2 e raised to minus root Px minus 3 sine 2 pi x upon 4 pi square minus p, with minus sign rather this one. So this is, if you take this minus 1 and so this is plus, this is number 3. Now we have to find the values of the constants C1 and C2. For this, if we take the Laplace transformation of the given conditions which are given to us, the conditions in which t involves, if we take the Laplace transformation of the given conditions in which t involves, taking Laplace transformation Laplace transform of those conditions in which t involves. If we take the Laplace transformation of those conditions in which t involves, this one and this one, u0t is equals to u1t is equals to 0. These are the conditions in which t involves. So if we take the Laplace transformation of u0t, if we take the Laplace transformation of u0t, then we get it as u0p. And if we take the Laplace transformation of u1t, then we get it as u1p. So taking the Laplace transformation of those conditions in which u involves, we get the Laplace transformation of u0t. This is equals to u0p. and it is given it is equals to 0, so it is 0. And the Laplace transformation of u 1t, this is equals to u 1p, and this is also equals to 0. This is number 4. So by taking the Laplace transformation of those given conditions in which t involves, we get u0p is equals to 0 and this is u, and u1p is equals to 0. So in order to find the values of the constant c1, c2, if we putting x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 1 in 3, if we put x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 1 in the 3, if we put x is equals to 0, then we get u 0p. u0p is equals to c1 e raised to 0 plus c2 e raised to 0. So c1 plus c2, this is equals to c1 plus c2. And we have find by equation 4 that u0p is equals to 0. So c1 plus c2 is equals to 0, number 5. Again, if we put x is equals to 1, if we put x is equals to 1 in 3, then we get u1p, this is equals to c1 e raised to root p plus c2 e raised to root p, and sin 2 pi is 0 again. So u1p is equals to c1 e raised to p plus c2 e raised to p, and we have already find that u1p is also equals to 0, so this is also equals to 0. This is number 6. So by 5 and 6 we get, if c1 plus c2 is equals to 0 and c1 e raised to p plus c2 e raised to p is also equals to 0, it is only possible when c1 is equals to c2 is equals to 0. So the values of both the constants c1 and c2 is equals to 0. Now putting these values of c1 and c2 in equation 3, putting in 3, we get, if we put these values in equation number 3, we get uxp, this is equals to 3 sin 2 pi x upon 4 pi square plus p. If we put the value of c1, c2 in 3, we get uxp is equals to 3 sin 2 pi x upon 4 pi square plus p. As we know that uxp is the Laplace transformation of uxt, or that is u. We have to find the value of u, that is the solution of the given partial differential equation. So we have to find the value of u, and u is the, that is uxt is the inverse Laplace transformation of uxp. If we take this number 7, then taking inverse Laplace transformation, taking inverse Laplace transform taking inverse Laplace transform of 7, we get the inverse Laplace transformation of u xp with respect to t, this is equals to 3 sin 2 pi x inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon 4 pi square plus p with respect to So the solution of this one, the inverse Laplace transformation of uxp is uxt. So the solution is uxt is equals to 3 sine 2 pi x into inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon p plus a, and 1 upon p, inverse Laplace transformation of 1 upon p plus a is e raised to minus at. So this is equals to e raised to minus a, that is 4 pi square into t, which is the required solution, which is required solution. So with the help of the Laplace transformation, we can get the solution of various important partial differential equations, and by taking Laplace transformation and then using inverse Laplace transformation, we get the solution of these partial differential equation much easier than the traditional methods. Thank you very much.